What's up everyone? Season 9 is finally upon us, so I'm going to give you my best tips on how to win your first solo in the new season. They have made the futuristic theme, so you guys are going to see slipstreams around the map, which is a new wind transportation system. These are going to be absolutely key for getting around the map efficiently. Also, there are new locations like Neo Tilted and Mega Mall. The weapon meta has completely changed. They have unvaulted a bunch of items. They have vaulted items, and so it's important to make sure that you guys understand what the best loadouts are. Make sure you're checking for future videos. We're going to stay on top of that so you guys are always rocking the best inventory. And then also, it's a great time to get into these lobbies because a ton of players are going to be flooding back into the game, and if they haven't been playing, they aren't going to be as sharp as you, and so that's going to give you the best chance to win a very easy solo at the start of this season. If you do enjoy this video, please make sure to like it, and if you are new to the channel, please subscribe. We are going to be doing everything Season 9 to keep you all at the top of your games, so you're definitely going to want to check that out. And now, let's get into these tips. So to kick us off, we're going to talk about the drop, and in my first game you saw me get second place. Now this is my second game and I decided to go to Snobby Shores. You are always going to want to go towards the back of the map and to a discreet location, and Snobby really hasn't had much foot traffic, and this is where I got my first win of the season. Now my priorities are always to get mats, shield, and ammo in that order. I really think it's important that for the end game you just build yourself up for success so you give yourself the best chance at winning. And then the last thing you should be focused on is weapons. You can rotate for crates very easily now, and I'll show you that a bit later with the slipstreams. It's really nice to get around the map, but you really need those mats right now because so many people are rocking drum guns, and it has 50 bullets in that clip, so they're going to be spraying down your structures. You're probably going to have to get into a build battle or two unless you rotate really well, and so it's just key that you stockpile those mats. And then also shields. If you have that 200 health, people aren't getting health back per kill, and it's just absolutely massive if you can give yourself that advantage going into every single fight, always having the most health in the situation. And then also the last thing I always focus on is ammo, and this is so key. Right now I've seen so many players rock an AR and a drum gun after leaving their first city, and don't get me wrong, that's an amazing combo to have later in the game, but early on I really don't think you need it, especially if you land at these more discreet locations and they don't have a ton of AR ammo. You don't want to leave yourself where you may win your next engagement, but you use a ton of that AR ammo spraying down an opponent's structure, and then you're kind of stuck for the end game, especially if you aren't able to go loot any of the bodies you do take out. And so I really recommend that you just pay attention. What ammo are you looking at? And if you don't have a ton of AR, keep an AR and a submachine gun, and then the next person you kill, hopefully they have a drum gun, you get a bunch more ammo, and you can go from there. You just have to be very tactical and always be thinking about what's going to put me in the best position to win the end of the game. Once you are done looting the first city, it's time to rotate, and you will see here I got a very late rotation, and the reason for that is I knew I could redeploy for one all the way to the slipstream, and this thing is so useful, and it's important that you guys kind of get down where the slipstream goes. I mean, you can constantly check the map during games, but you can also practice around in it in LTMs. I think it's just a good piece to kind of understand, okay, where's the slipstream and how late can I rotate in certain zones. So right here you will see I land and there's a player in front of me and also a player coming in behind me, and the first thing I always do in these fights is get high ground. I absolutely love having height. It's just the most advantageous position, and also if two people are down below, they're more likely to fight each other before fighting you. And I will do a questionable move here once I finally do locate both of these players. I do go down and take one of them out because I was just like, you know what, I've got to instigate this fight. The time's ticking and I need to get to the next zone. Now one of the problems I've been facing at the start of this season is utilizing the new shotgun. Now that they have vaulted the pump, you kind of have to get into LTMs or creatives and start practicing with the new shotgun if you want to start hitting your shots. I was so uncomfortable with the new shotgun, I literally put it away and just sprayed that guy down with the drum gun. So make sure that if you guys don't have a great shotgun shot with this new shotgun at the start of the season, please practice with the tac shotgun and just utilize that at the start if you want to get your first win. They did give it a nice buff, so it is much more useful than it used to be. And then also here you will see a baller guy rotating in. We will talk about the ballers a little bit later, but this is also still a very great strat to rotate to end zones and really just give yourself the best chance at winning because you're not taking any damage, you're not wasting mats, and you can also obtain high ground as easy as possible. After I finally got some breathing room, I start rotating to these hovering islands. They're a great way to rotate as well, but a player cuts me off. In these situations, you're going to see me make a very smart move. So I wanted to see if he was weak. I end up doing over 100 damage on him, and clearly he is not. He's still got probably 100 health left, and then I just go to evacuate. In these situations, there's no reason to fight out in the storm and with 14 people left. So I'm gonna hover all the way up and just get out of here as quickly as I possibly can to try to minimize the damage I'm taking. This is exactly what you should do. It's okay to do chip damage on people in the middle of the kind of game, but at the same time, don't take engagements if you don't need to. So I did a tactical retreat there, and we are good to go in the second zone. Now, I'm also always looking for other players. I get that first shot accuracy and clean someone up very easily. I can loot him, take his med kits, and be on my way into the next zone. Like I said before, I'm always looking for other players, and I saw this guy camping behind a rock, so I suspected that he wasn't a very good player, so I tried to take him out to see what type of loot he had, just to see if I could upgrade my weapons. Like I said earlier, I love rocking that AR and drum gun combo. Later in the games, once you've looted up a bunch of AR, now that I have over 500 bullets, that's when you want to have that combination, and you see I have my perfect inventory set up here. I've got shields, I've got an RPG in that 5th slot so I can explode people. I've just really got myself a chance here to win a game, and that's what you want to do at the end of the day. And then I'm always looking for height once I reach that top 10, so I take the hover all the way up, and now I am just chilling and looking to do chip damage the rest of the game until this circle forces my way out. And the great thing about this is you can just hover and rotate into whatever zone you need to. Now, one of the problems with this is there are 4 ways for people to glide up, and so there are multiple options for them to try to sneak up on you and take the high ground from you. So that is something that you always have to be on the lookout for, and you will see a player try to do it right now. Now, like I said, I am really rusty, so you will see me making some boneheaded plays, but the drum gun is really a weapon that allows you to make mistakes and still be alright. So I absolutely melt that guy, and now I am just going to try to ding somebody else, and I make a mistake here. I take a snipe. That is not what you want to do, and I also realized I didn't have a campfire, so I am stuck at 100 health for the rest of the game. This is a very tough situation to be in, but we are going to do our best to make it work, continuing to have that high ground, doing chip damage on people, and just making life hard for the rest of the lobby. Now, I have no idea what this guy is doing right here. He easily could have killed me, and so I did get very fortunate right there. I don't even know when he got there, so that was a complete shock to me, but well played to that guy. GG's. Now, you see again, I rotate out of that zone using the hover, and then I am constantly trying to get high ground again. Now, this player, he ended up DMing me, a pretty nice guy at the end of the day. He watches the channel, so thanks for supporting, and I end up getting very fortunate here. The zone is pushing him. He's taking a ton of damage, and I decide, you know what, instead of getting in a gunfight with him, let's just shoot him out and make him fall to his death. So right there is the first one of the season. Very easy if you play it wisely. Obtain that high ground, rotate when you need to, and you are going to be good to go. The last strategy I wanted to talk about to get your first win of Season 9 is still the baller strat. You will see I land sunny steps here, utilizing the new shotgun. Still not good with it, but then I'm going to rotate out, get those ballers outside of sunny steps, and just rotate my way into each zone the rest of the game and continue to obtain high ground. I also got a crate during this game, so I'm getting better loot, utilizing that rotation, and then I get up top here. I'm always going for that high ground, and I can just rain rockets down above without really having any chance of taking damage unless somebody snipes me, which is always a risk. So I probably should have built there, but you know, you live and learn. And right there, I pick up that easy elim. I can then rotate in with my baller, get all of their mats, and then rotate out immediately. I told you guys you should always get as many mats as possible. I did get a second place already this season because I didn't have enough mats and I got sniped. So please always be pushing for those mats. You can can never have too many. And then as always, get that high ground at the end game, scout around, and always third party. At the very end of this game, you're going to see two guys start to fight it out, and I had absolutely no problem just spraying them down with a white AR, not even a scar, and I picked up 2 easy elims for a dub. And I know you all can do the exact same things, and if you play enough solos, you're gonna find yourself in lobbies where you find yourself in the exact same situation. So get after it, guys, and good luck in Season 9 getting that first solo win. That's everything I've got, though. Thank you very much for watching, and just to recap, that baller win was one of the easiest I've ever gotten in my career. I didn't take any damage during the entire game, and sometimes it's really nice to not have to sweat for a victory royale this late in Fortnite's career. Also utilize the new things like slipstreams and the hover islands to get around the map and obtain the high ground as early as possible. It's much easier than having a 90s, which I suck at. And then also practice in creatives and LTMs to understand the new points of interest, and also get better with the new shotgun because it has a much smaller accuracy window. Then if you guys enjoyed this video and it helped you get your first win, please leave a comment down below. We love to hear if we are helping our community, because that's after all the goal of Cole and I. This has been Rodey Bros Josh, though. Please use code rbcole in the shop. Shameless plug, I know. That's it though for me. I will see you all in the next video.
Started as a zero, I was chasing dreams, trying to turn into a hero.